Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope all of you is fine. Well, in this change, I would like to explain about the formal education. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Seviarik Mardilayani and you can call me Sevi. In this change, I would like to explain about the formal education, one of times types of education. Okay, before I next to the definition of the formal education, so important we must know about the definition of education first. Okay, education also means helping people to learn how to do things and encouraging them to think about what they learn. It is also important for educators to teach ways to find and use information. Through education, the knowledge of society, country, and of the world is passed on from generation to generation. Okay, let's move to the definition of the formal education. As you know, education goes beyond what takes place within the four walls of the classroom. A child gets the education from his experience outside the school as well as from those within on the basis of these factors. Uh, there are three main types of education, namely formal education, as what I explained for you, informal and non-formal education. Each of these types is discussed below, but in this change, uh, we must discuss about the formal education. Okay, formal education. Yeah, as you see at the screen, formal education, a systematic, regular, tiered, or multi-level activity carried out in school by following clear requirements and set by the government. Yeah, I will explain it for you. Formal education or formal learning. Okay, the second name is a formal learning. Usually take place in the premises of the school, where a person might learn basic academic or trade skills. Small children often attend a nursery or kindergarten, but often formal education begins in elementary school and continues with secondary school. Post-secondary education of higher education is usually at the college or university, which might grant an academic degree. It is associated with a specific or stage and is provided under a certain set of rules and regulations. The formal education is given by specially qualified teachers. They are supposed to be efficient in the art of interaction. It also observes strict discipline. The student and the teacher both are aware of the facts and engage themselves in the process of education. Okay, let's move for character of formal education. Okay, as you see at the screen, the first you can see clear curriculum. Yeah, at the formal education must have to must have the clear curriculum to learn the student. And then academic material it means the subject to ingredients to learn the student. For the example, like English language subject, physics subject, cultural subject, art subject, music subject, academic material. Okay, social subject, and then long educational process. Yeah, especially in Indonesia country, formal education uh, pass by 12 years in formal education. And then professional teacher, yeah, sure, informal education must have the professional teacher, but I think not just formal education. Informal the another education must have the professional teacher because this is a one part uh, so important to uh, to give the material to student until the student can can understand about the material. Administration. Also, in formal education, the student must have the administration it's clear. Like at the university, we have a KTM, Kartu Tanda Mahasiswa. Administration so important to uh, to uh, give the information to another people about the student in or at school. And then uniform, yeah, sure, in formal education must have the uniform. And then the last one, organizer from the government or private type of formal education. As we tell before, the first you pass by kindergarten the first, and then elementary school, and then junior high school and senior high school. Type of formal education, yeah, the first one there is kindergarten. Kindergarten is one of the formal education intended for early childhood. And then elementary school, educational institutions that organize educational programs as a basic for preparing students who can or cannot continue their studies to higher educational institutions to be a good citizen. And then junior high school uh, or middle school is the level of basic education in formal education in Indonesia, which is taken after graduating from elementary school. And then after junior high school, there is senior high school. Yeah, senior high school is a secondary education level in formal education in Indonesia after graduating from junior high school. And the last one, if the you not choose senior high school, you can choose vocational high school. Same with the senior high school, but this school have to focus to non-academic. like uh, what what you like uh, focus to learning outcomes that are recognized as equivalent to SIMP or junior high school. And then the last one, uh, universities or college. The university is an institution of higher education and research which awards academic degrees in various fields. Your university provides undergraduate and postgraduate education. The word university comes from the Latin university, magisterium et scholarium, which means a community of teachers and academics. Okay, goals of formal education. Maybe you can read and see at the screen. Yeah, practice skill, trains physically, mentally, discipline, train responsibility, self-development, build social spirit, make self-identity. But in this change, I would like to tell you about advantage and disadvantage of formal education. Okay, the first I would like to tell you about the advantage of formal education. The first, there is an organized educational model and up-to-date course contents. And then students acquire knowledge from trained and professional teacher, structure and systematic learning process, and then intermediate and final assessment are ensured to advance student to the next learning phase. And then I would like to explain or tell you about disadvantage of formal education also. Sometimes brilliant students are bored due to long wait for the expiry of the academic session to promote to the next stage. Change of bad habits. Adoption might be alarming due to the presence of both good and bad students in the classroom. Wastage of time. As some lazy students might fail to learn properly in spite of motivation by the professional branch. Okay, I think after I tell you about the advantage, disadvantage, the definition, characteristic of formal education, types of formal education, I think it's enough for me to explain about the material of the formal education. I hope you can understand about my explanation, and I hope you always have the good day. Okay, for the last word I say thank you and goodbye.